This is unprecedented. Unacceptable.
A hierarch is dead, Commander.
His murderer was within our grasp. If you had not withdrawn our phantoms...
Are you questioning my decision?
No, Holy One. I only wish to express my concern that the brutes...
Recommissioning the Guard was a radical step. But recent events have made it abundantly clear that the elites can no longer guarantee our safety.
I shall relay your decision to the Council.
Politics, how tiresome. Do you know, Arbiter, the elites have threatened to resign? To quit the High Council because of this exchange of hats.
We have always been your protectors.
These are trying times for all of us.
Even as the humans' annihilation filled us with satisfaction, the loss of one of the sacred rings racked our hearts with grief.
Putting aside our sorrow, we renewed our faith in the prophecy that other rings would be found, and see how our faith has been rewarded.
Halo, its divine wind will rush through the stars, propelling all who are worthy along the path to salvation.
But how to start this process? For ages we searched for one who might unlock the secrets of the rings. An oracle. And with your help we found it.
With appropriate humility, we plied the oracle with questions, and it, with clarity and grace, had shown us the key.
You will journey to the surface of the ring and retrieve this sacred icon. With it, we shall fulfill our promise.
Salvation for all.
And begin the great journey.
Once the shield is down, we will head straight to the library. I do not wish to keep the hierarchs waiting. The human that killed the Prophet of Regret. Who was it? Who do you think? The demon is here? Why? Looking for a little payback? Retrieving the icon is my only concern. Of course. Shield, Arbiter. I'll pick you up when you finish.
Well, that certainly was a large mechanical organism. Welcome to the next level, titled Sacred Icon. In this mission, the Arbiter has been assigned to lower the shield protecting the library, the barrier that Miranda Keyes was talking about during Master Chief's adventures. It seems as though we have stumbled upon what remains of a glorious battle between the Covenant and the Sentinels. These little things that are flying around are constructors. Their only purpose is to fly around the installation and repair Forerunner artifacts that have been damaged. Their beams can hurt you, but they only do maybe 1/64th of damage worth to your shields. And that one was kind enough to open up the piston for us. Now this is the gimmick to the level, these giant pistons that open up and you have to fall down them in order to get where you need to go. The constructors are actually very helpful, apparently, but it doesn't help when the piston closes on you. On the lower difficulties, you could press the X button to open up the piston automatically, but on the higher difficulties, you have to shoot the little energy panel in order to open them up. Pretty violent society these Forerunners live in. Or at least used to live in. Apparently that one grunt earlier was too much in shock in order to venture with us. But that little machine on the wall is a sentinel generator. I really don't need to explain what it does, do I? Just for the sake of thoroughness of the LP, the sentinel generator generates sentinels and sends them after you. But seeing as though this was tried and true in Halo Combat Evolved, the sentinels are very weak against plasma pistols. But it appears as though we've recruited some new teammates. Survivors of the Great Battle, I guess.
Getting close to one of the shield generators. Many of my brutes have fallen attempting to take it down. Let's see if you feel better.
Well, your brutes suck ass, so yeah, I would expect so. I was waiting for the piston to close so I could open it again, but these pistons are very finicky about that. That wasn't fair. They were hiding the generator behind the pillar.
You've reached the shield's power source, Arbiter. Overload the locks holding it in place. It's useless to attack an enforcer from the front, especially when their shields are up. Stay in the shadows. Wait till it loses interest. Then strike the beast when its back is turned.
You know, I will give Tardarus one olive branch throughout this entire game. He did explain what the Enforcer was for me. Although he did not explain that the Enforcer switches back and forth between firing those red needles and bombs from its back. No use getting up there. And it doesn't look like any of our troops survived. Looks like I'm on my own again.
One more, Arbiter. Release the power source. Now, find a way to remove it from its cradle.
In case you were too lazy to take out all the Sentinel generators, activating this platform will just automatically destroy them. I don't know why the Forerunners built it that way, but, you know, it's Halo.
Our path to the library is clear. Pick you up on the ledge ahead.
I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
Blasted machines! Make your own way through the wall, Arbiter.
I think this is our first time using human weapons as the Arbiter. Yeah, those are those bombs I was mentioning. This new enemy is not necessarily new, but it's kind of new. It is a Sentinel Major. They are golden Sentinels. They always have energy shielding, and they shoot you with blue Sentinel beams. See? Blue lasers. This is the point in the game where people decided that Halo 2's campaign wasn't good. Because of this level. Because like Halo Combat Evolved, when you're inside a Forerunner structure, it is not intuitive at all where you need to go to progress. Good thing I know ahead of time. And hey, at least skipping through the level is better than, you know, dealing with what's ahead. I do try to skip through as much of it as I can. After all, we don't need to kill every single Flood combat form and Sentinel that we come across.
Proceed to the objective. We'll hold down as long as we can. Get her off me! Suppressive fire! Suppressive fire!
As you've probably already figured out, Miranda has sent a huge team of Marines over to the library. where they stood absolutely zero chance against the Flood. And yet they sent only maybe 4 Marines to help the Master Chief take out the Prophet of Regret. I guess Miranda doesn't really inherit her father's tactical wit. I really have no idea what is up with that corner. In both playthroughs, there are infection forms just huddled in that corner. It's like a magnet. It's magnetized for infection forms. Thank you, Miranda, for making this level more flood-infested than it had to be. As far as combat forms go. You just had to order a bunch of humans to go into the library, didn't you, Miranda? I probably should have stayed back and just let the infection form do its work on the already inanimate combat form corpse, but I think you could already infer what was going to happen there. That's another really annoying thing about the Flood. They constantly flank you. That's pretty much their only tactic. They do nothing but swarm and flank you. So always keep an eye on that motion tracker. I just decided to sit on the fence for a little bit. I really wonder how Covenant armies in the past were able to deal with camouflage that only lasts for 10 seconds. With camouflage that only lasts for 10 seconds, I doubt that would be easy to coordinate at all. Or maybe they would just have one soldier go in for stealth missions, I guess. Are we done with this level yet? I'm really getting sick of watching myself constantly kill combat form after combat form.
Negative, ma'am. They are not Covenant. Cover that doorway!
Shouldn't they already know that the Flood already exists on this installation? I thought Miranda received all the information that she could get about the first installation. Technically, the fourth installation. I believe that is our first elite combat form we have seen today. So does that mean there are elites at the library as well? Oh, one can only dream. This isn't exactly a library remake level. Because the library in the first game was fun to play. Sort of. I'm definitely more comfortable with the sword when facing the Flood. Oh, Tardarus. You should change your name to Tardarus with a D. Remember that time when you're playing Halo and sometimes you just think to yourself, wait, am I at Six Flags? It looks like we've only just begun. My faith has been rewarded. What is going on, elites?
Arbiter, open. Forerunners be praised! The Arbiter! This quarantine zone has been compromised. We must do what we can against the flood. Our commander has landed further in. Let us join him.
The shipmaster's here? Awesome. I did not think that was a carrier form until I swung my sword at it. I don't know what is up with that elite shielding, but it is not recharging for some reason.
That got my blood flowing.
That got your blood glowing? There's the commander. The commander and his immortal glory.
Abomination! Whites!
I just wanted to say hi while there were no enemies around, but apparently the feeling's not mutual.
Arbiter, what are you doing here?
Timing was way off, but okay.
We must hold this camp until reinforcements.
Looks like we're staying here. I guess I'll see you guys next time. I'll just let you watch the rest of the fight.
Next time, mean it! Someone recover that blade!